and just I really didn't understand everything that was happening, but now looking at that 20 years later and seeing everything that has happened, the ups, the downs, some of the people I'm not with anymore, it's just like, wow, and I'm in such a good space. So I'm just grateful.
I'm so happy for you. You deserve all of this moment happening for you.
Thank you so much.
But why? So what is the thinking behind redoing the album as opposed to like just doing a new album? Like,
the thinking behind that is showing the business side of ownership and how important it is to own. So,
well, yeah, break it down for me because I don't know all the business about this.
Right. So with the first album, after this time period, I'm allowed to go in and re-record. And then once I re-record the first album,
you own it.
Exactly. So everything purchased, like when that goes, everything purchased from that moment, I own. You know what I mean? And I feel like it makes sense because sonically, obviously, music has changed a little bit. So we keep the body and everything the same, but it's just going to sound better, clearer, more 2022 as opposed to 2002.
Will you change any of it? Like, will you add features or verses or things like that? Yeah.
I think so. I have some ideas. I was talking to my sister too about some ideas.
But wait, you can't would you take like Ja off a record and
put? You can't replace.
And put Lil Baby.
We can't. Okay, we're not gonna replace Ja, but
you can add.
We may add a little sauce in there.
Got it. How does Ja feel about this?
We didn't really have a full conversation about it. But Ja usually supports me in whatever. You know what I mean? So
the other guy, probably not so happy. Okay.
What time is it?
Okay. All right. We'll leave that alone. We'll leave that there. We've talked about that in so many interviews.
Interviews.
We'll let that go. But anybody else unhappy?
Everyone on Murder Inc. is super happy for me and supportive.
Okay,
you know what I mean? Everyone else. You know what I mean? It's a good feeling to know that you still have that support from certain people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. It's about growing. And evolving and understanding, again, what ownership means in this business.
You're about to get a big bag.
Listen.
Right? Like, so when would this...
Yo, it's Big Ant, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV, UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in real quick, hit all the blogs and everything where Ashanti went and did an interview with Angie Martinez. They got a good relationship, real dope interview. And I'm going to have a link in the description box where y'all go check that whole thing out. But it came up that Ashanti would be re-recording her album from 2002. And hey, we know that thing had hits on it. It was a classic for the streets at that time. You don't remember that time, that was when Murder Inc. was killing the game. Hit after hit, heard Ja Rule. They had a circulation going on over there. They was just killing the streets with it. Top tier talent, top tier artists, top tier production, and top tier just everything. They was killing it. What happened was the feds ended up coming in and stopping everything on Murder Inc. Y'all know Irv Gotti and Chris Gotti, his brother, they got arrested and everything like that. So that fucked the whole the record label situation up in that indictment, which they did beat the feds and all that. But Murder Inc. never really bounced back into the game. 50 Cent came with the beef and everything like that. All that was just fucked up timing for them when they was at the top of the game, to be all the way honest and fair about the situation where it fucked a lot of shit up. Well, Ashanti and them end up, separating and doing their own little things. I don't know exactly how the business went the whole time, but what I do know is they wasn't on the best of terms, her and Irv Gotti. Like she said before, she always had support from Ja. Other people from Murder Inc. It's always been love. But her and Irv Gotti, they ain't been seeing eye to eye. That's public. That's just already known. So when she came out and said this, let it be known she's going to re-record her music. It sent Irv Gotti a different way because he actually owns this music. The thing with that, what breaks that down is I created it, I produced it, executive produced it, worked on these records. She is the act though. So by contract, he owns the masters, meaning she don't get paid off of that music no more. She don't get paid off of those streams. She don't get paid off of it being used. Irv Gotti and Murder Inc. does. So now her being able to legally record it she gonna be able to get the bag of the people downloading it and recording it. So Irv Gotti responded with this. He ain't feeling that shit, basically. In long and shortest terms, he not feeling it. He recorded it. He produced it, engineered it. But she is the voice. She is the star. So on his side of the business, she trying to recreate and basically undercut what he already did. And by him typing this, I'm going to be all the way. I'm going to play both sides of this shit. The fans are going to side with the artist, man. That's just what it is. I know business is business, but we have this culture where the record label is set up to where the artists don't really get paid for their creativity, their art, or their voice. The record labels do, especially if they sign a bad contract. Now, there are terms and contracts where they might invest a lot of money and time into that artist, and the artist might not be able to recoup. But we really never know down to the details how that works. That's the side that works for the label. We're like, hey, fam, well, you think you're supposed to get paid for this record or this music or these streams now? Back then it was it was albums. You think you're supposed to get paid this much money, but you never recouped on what we invested into promotion, recording, features, and keeping your image up in your record label. But now a lot of artists are being able to have longer careers, and with the streaming side, they can put the shit directly to their fans where, hey, I can re-record this music. I can't duplicate it, but I can re-record it and release it, and my fans can go up there and get it. Irv Gotti's upset because he like, well, man, her fans will choose between the two. When you come out and you say that, you sound like you don't want her to get money. Just being honest, off of her voice. So it's double-sided. Business is business, fair is fair. What's business don't be fair at times, to be all the way honest. What be business don't be fair for the creator, for the person. But understand it's been all these years, all this time. Most people gonna be like, bro, you done ate off her shit all this time, man. Let her go ahead and eat and do her thing, man. And me being the creator, like I said, I know what business is. I understand business. I'm going to side with the creator, just being honest, like, go get your ducats, go get your paper, go get your sack. Or what we can do is rearrange how these contracts work and get a little bit of understanding and transparency to let the artists know day by day or quarter by quarter exactly the breakdowns. Let them see the contracts. Let it get established out the gate like, hey, man, we going to split your masters up with you. These independent record labels like Gazi and Empire and everything, to my understanding, they giving the artists their masters, period. So we just got to get a bit more clarity and transparency in the record game. Irv Gotti, hey, I got respect for any nigga who can create a record label and do his motherfucking thing, but you got to know, man, it's creators' time. It just is what it is, bro. And I'm saying that in the most respectful manner possible. Subscribe to the channel, Urban Politicians TV, UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. We got more shit coming, more videos, more everything. 1,000 for shit show.